So this is little tips and tricks on how to get these spark plugs out. There's no video on the Blackwing, so plenty of videos how to take the cover off, how to get this guy off. It's 6 bolts, 2 in the front, 4 in the center there. And then you can move this all out to the side. The problem is that you have this hose right here. Now this is just a plastic hose and I could not figure out how to get this apart. So I was still able to get the coil packs out. So you disconnect these, take them out. And then what you need to do is some of these pull straight out, but you can see that there's a big end and a big end. So for this back one especially, you need to rotate it so that this small end right here is against the hose right here. So when you take that, pull it up, turn it, and then you can pull it out. So the driver's side is extremely easy to get the coil packs out and spark plugs changed. All you have to do is loosen the 2 bolts here, and then you can pull this out of the way and you can get to both of those pulled out. And here's a little trick. Some of these spaces are tight. So what you want to do is you want to use your driver and apply some downward pressure and go backwards. You'll hear that little click and you'll know that it's seated. That way you don't risk cross-threading any of these bolts, just because a lot of these are in weird, awkward positions. So now we're on to installing the JB4. I don't know where I'm going to install it yet, but I'm running the wires. So you've got one that goes to the MAF sensor here on the air intake on the driver's side. So you just plug those in. And then the other 2 plugs, since you've done the spark plugs, you have this black piece out, and so you can get to them. So now we're into installing the JB4, which I have here. I don't know where I'm going to put the box yet, but I'm running the wires. So first one goes to the MAF sensor here on the air intake. So you've got the plugs that you plug in there. And then since we've just done the spark plugs, we have this black plastic here pulled out, and that gives us really good access to these plugs back here. So one is here, and then the other one is back here. Very easy to get. I just used a little pick. So basically just unplug the white thing, press down, and then I used the pick just to kind of pull it off a little bit. And then these, to make sure you install them, you can see that there's that little piece right there. And then on the JB4s, you also have that lines up. So they only plug in one way. So you can't really mess that up. Cool. All right, so in my opinion, the air filters, which I said no explanation needed, was actually the hardest part. So this cover here is held down by a bunch of screws. And don't forget there's a screw in the middle. So if you're struggling, get that screw in the middle. Also, I dropped 2 screws off the back down into the engine cover. So now I need to lift the car, get the engine cover off and get those out because I can't see them anymore. So yeah, fun times.